Hello, it's Cindy Walter, the Healthy Knitter, episode 76. And today we're going to talk about knitting Christmas socks, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we're going to keep focusing on gratitude through the month of November. And then I've got one tip that I think could help you even feel more grateful and more joy-filled this holiday season as we start to kick things off with the hustle and bustle. So if you are new, welcome. I'm so glad you found me. And if you are returning, thank you. Thank you for coming back and listening to me share my projects and hopefully some tips that could help you in your life and with your knitting. I'm excited to be here today. So let's get started. We're going to talk Christmas socks. I spent the entire day yesterday. And when I say entire, every spare second I had from the moment I woke up till I went to sleep, I was working on Christmas stockings. So I worked out, I made sourdough bread, I made protein balls, the things I make often. I do sourdough bread weekly and probably protein balls once a month, and I eat one protein ball every morning. And they have, if you ever want the recipe, drop it in the comments and I'll share it. They have peanut butter in them, local honey. They have ground flaxseed. They have gluten-free oats. They have 2 to 4 scoops of protein. I use the protein my company sells. Trying to think of, chocolate chips, of course. For 3 years, I was completely vegan and I did nothing but dairy-free chocolate chips. Now, I usually still do that, but if I don't have them on hand, I'll use regular chocolate chips, and I think that's it. I just mix it in my KitchenAid, take a cookie scoop, make little protein balls with them. I bring them to my mom every Sunday at the nursing home. She loves them. I have to make my coffee from home because she likes my coffee and my protein balls. And they're just a nice snack to have on hand that's high in protein, but yet satisfies the sweet tooth. So if you have a sweet tooth, let me know. I'll share my recipe with you, which can be tweaked with whatever protein that you like, whatever flavors you like. I typically use just plain vanilla, but we have one called Hokey Pokey. That's a seasonal shake that I made my husband buy, I don't even know how many canisters of. And then another seasonal shake came out and I made him buy more shakes. So I'm trying to use up the first ones because we don't want them to expire. So anyway, long story short on the protein balls. So in between all that, I took the 4 stockings I'd made for my kids a few years ago, did not have hangers. So I made sturdy hangers for them, sewed them on. I had to do some minor surgery on a couple of them. My daughter Maddie's, she had a little ball fall off her snowman hat and some sequins fell off. She had a big tree, her sequins fell off. So all the kids got that. I did some surgery, making sure they all looked great. And then my daughter-in-love, Justine's stocking is complete. And I duplicate stitched over it. And that took a while to get that the way I liked. That's not my favorite thing, but you know what? It's just so stinking adorable. And then here's my granddaughter Maria's. Oh, come on. Come on. Is that the cutest? All right. So now you're dying to know if you're returning. Is she going to make a third one for her son? Or is she going to keep the first one? The first one has the toe going in the opposite direction of the 2 new ones. It's bigger because I tried to knit them in the round so you can see. Its foot is not shaped near as nicely because I didn't do the foot properly, but I listened to the majority of you. Now, I did have a couple people say, knowing my personality, they didn't think I could live with not having one that looks alike. But the bottom line is, I think Tyler and Justine are going to have several children, and I'll get better and better and better at this. None of them are going to look identical. The only 2 that are going to look pretty close are these 2 because I made them at the same time. So they're going to look the most similar in size and shape and all of that. So I decided I can live with it. I liked the fact that my daughter Katie, well, Tyler agreed, and so did my husband Scott, that it shows progress, that from this first stocking, to these, and then whatever future ones we have will show progress. So that's what I decided. and hopefully I will be very tickled with my decision on that. And let's talk about the stockings. So had I to do this all over again, I probably would have picked a solid colored stocking that had cables and some texture in it and made it more neutral. Just thinking, I have 4 kids. What if they all get married? What if they all have children? And I'll be making Christmas stockings for years and years and years to come. So I probably would have changed that decision, but it's too late now and there's no turning back. And the kids really do seem to like these vintage Christmas holiday stockings. So I need to get better at enjoying the process. At some points I would have 6 colors going at a time, and it was so hard to keep it all nice and clean and tidy, even with the little, I can't remember what you call them, like the little winders. So I would have different colors on the different small, I don't think they're called winders. I'll put it in the notes what they're called. But so you didn't have big balls of yarn going everywhere. I did that, but it still was tricky to manage all of the different colors, and tricky to read a chart upside down and go backwards. You know, at some point you're going the right direction with your knitting, and then when you're going back in the opposite direction, it's tricky. And I bet some minds do that with ease and others really have difficulty with it, and I'm in the difficulty with it camp. So I will do them because if my kids want them and they enjoy them and it's special to them, I'll do anything for them. Those of you that are moms know the stuff we do for our kids. My youngest daughter is coming home. Well, 2 of my youngest daughters are coming home next weekend, and we're gonna go see Wicked the movie together with my nieces and my sister-in-laws and my neighbor and her daughter. A bunch of us are gonna go. And she was asking me, are we gonna do a little Christmas? And I'm like, okay, well, I've gotten the house decorated. You can probably see the snowmen up there, because this is my only time I'm gonna be with them, and they want to experience Christmas together because we're going to be apart. And so I told her I'm going to do the best I can without overwhelming myself, thus the need to talk about being organized, which we're going to get into. But let's go over, what am I wearing? Let's talk about this beauty. All right, this is sweater number 15 from my Favorite Things Knitwear. I love this. This was before I tracked on Ravelry. It has kind of a bell shaped, well, I don't know if it's bell, it's just a little wider of a cuff, but not super long, so it doesn't drag in my food or dishes or anything like that. Just slightly oversized. It is so soft. I ran 2 strands of yarn together. Couldn't tell you what they were because it was before I was tracking. Sorry, that's why we're tracking now. But I love this sweater. I love the color of it. I love the feel of it, the texture. It's one I'm very proud of. It was my first cable sweater. I had done the cable ear warmers before and hats. And so I thought, well, how hard could a sweater be? And really, it wasn't that difficult. This is a chart I can read and I do understand, but I love this. So if you are looking for a really good basic cable sweater, I highly recommend this one. Just 10 out of 10 for me. Love it. All right. So my finished objects, I kind of did this a little bit backwards today, were my Christmas stockings, and that's it. I have done some Christmas cozy work, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Other than that, I am still going strong on my Monday sweater. Kind of put a little bit on the back burner as I finished up my stockings, but here is my Monday sweater by PetiteKnit, and I think I'm pretty well done with the body. I have not done the ribbing yet because I wanted to do the sleeves and see where we end up before I do the ribbing. So I have 1 sleeve underway. I'm doing my decreases every, I think, 7th stitch, but just love this. I love that nice raglan, such a sharp look on that. So yeah, underway on the sleeves for that project and working away on that. And then I'm going to be, I can only handle 1 color work, hard charting project at a time. So I'm going to be going back to my herding socks this week. But in the meantime, Needed a completely easy project, so I am back on vanilla socks, my preferred way. My preferred way, two 9-inch circular needles. This is the West Yorkshire Spinners Holly yarn that I got in England last year for Christmas. These are adorable, working up quick, like them. And then I'm still working on my other vanilla sock pair, 2 at a time with magic loop, not my preferred way. So tell me in the comments below what your preferred way to do them is. I am dragging my feet on this because now I have to watch a video again to remember how to do the heel flaps and gusset while they're on here. And I think I did watch them. I think what I'll be doing is digging out my double pointed needles, doing one heel, and then doing the other heel, and then getting them back in the round again to do all my decreases. So I think that's what I do. And maybe if I try this again and it gets a little easier, I'll get more comfortable with it and I'll enjoy it more. But I really don't mind having the 2 at a time. I do the cuff on one, the cuff on the other. I do an inch on one, an inch on the other. So I do still kind of keep them at the same level. But people keep asking me about my bag that I have for my 2 pairs of socks. I do love having the 2 pairs of socks in here. So until I get a redesigned bag, this is my Amazon bag that one of my viewers, Sharon, purchased, and it's great. It's fine. It works fine. Love that I can have 2 projects in one little tiny bag like that. That is great. Okay, next I have something I'm really excited about. The next time you see me podcast, I'm going to be interviewing someone from Yarnables. And Cheryl is wonderful. She's a hand dyer. And I have some things that she sent me that I'm so excited to share with you. And we're going to talk to her. I want to ask her how she got into yarn dyeing, and her yarn is called Hypnotic Yarn. I am so excited to share her with you. And she does yarn monthly subscriptions. And I love the subscription aspect of it. A lot of my clients are on a monthly subscription of their favorite vitamins, supplements, skincare products, shakes, nutrition, all of that. So I totally get that. And when you have a routine of the things that you love to do every month, subscriptions can save you money. So that's how these are. So every month she will have subscriptions that you can order to make if you're sock makers or whatever you want to make with them. And so I got 3 of them, and I'm not going to go into great details with you today. I'm not even going to open them maybe until we talk to Cheryl on the call with her directly, but I'll just show you each one. So these are past months, and they come with little pouches that have goodies in them as well. So this was the Halloween set, and it has a little, you can't really see it, but it's a bat stitch marker, and there's little Halloween cup, not holders, but little things that you put in your car at the bottom to catch your cup when you put your cup in. So that was really cool. The next one I have is probably my personal favorite. My daughter Jenna's massively into mushrooms. I've bought her way too many mushrooms, and that's a dryer ball. And there is your yarn, and I imagine I'll probably do socks. And then there's some goodies in there. And I'll be giving away one of these sets. Probably not that one. That one is my all-time favorite. And here is the 3rd one. They're all gorgeous. The yarns are all beautiful. And there's little goodies in each one. But they're all beautiful, and what I'm so excited about is I'm going to be collaborating with Cheryl. I'll be able to give you guys a link with a discount so that if you want to try it, if you haven't yet, you can give it a try, see if you like it, and then and hear all about her and her story. So I'm excited about that. So I probably won't have that one up until later in the week or by the weekend. And then I did get one more Crochet Park bag that I'll show you. I had a credit with them that I had built up, and I ordered this bag. Cute colors. I really like it. And I like the shape of it, and I like the style of it. And I've talked about Crochet Park before. They send a little QR code, and you take a picture of the QR code, and then it sends you to a video that explains it. They usually give you the handwritten instructions too. And so that's what this is, and it gives you all the different steps on how to build the bag. You line the bag with this as well, and there's a bottom to it. I'm not going to open everything up, but you can see how it's packaged with the different colors of yarn and all the accessories. Everything's in the box. These are just really fun when you need a different kind of a project to do, or for gifts. Great to give as gifts. So that's exciting too. And I will not be getting to that probably at all anytime in the near future. I've got too many projects ahead. All right, so that is really it, what's been taking up my time other than my cozies. So the Christmas tree cozy class is this Saturday. So I did not cancel my normal knit along from 10 to 12 Eastern time on Saturday, just because there might be some people that just want to knit along that weren't interested in doing the cozies. And so I added the cozy workshop after that. So that's gonna still be here on this coming up Saturday, the November 15th. Then I have the workshop. The link will be below. It's a free workshop. I would never charge for this. There are all kinds of free patterns all over the internet on this. And if you haven't heard my story, my sister-in-law sent a text message to Katie and I with a photo of this, and it must have been a Pinterest photo. And I just started digging and researching and thought it would be such a great project to use, because in these boxes, I have so much left over every time I make them. I always make the large size. And then even on top of making the large size, I have leftovers. So every single cozy I've made so far is with my leftover Crochet Park yarn that I had. So it has not cost me a cent to make any of them. And I've made quite a few. So you can see, well, maybe you can see, I've got four here. See if you can, there's 4 sitting there. There's 3 more that I have decorated, all with leftover yarn. So cute. And then I have a stack of 4 more with another, it's just a little bit of a different yarn, but same from another bag, that I'm going to do the state of Ohio on. I'm going to try that today, see how that goes. And I'm going to film the video. I did film a video that would be kind of a quick tutorial how to do this for anyone that couldn't get on live on the workshop, or if anyone wanted it, that I'll send out after the workshop. And I didn't like the video quality. I'm trying to do it by myself, and I had my phone in a little stand looking down over it, and I'm just afraid if you were to watch that and didn't have, it just wouldn't be good. You could only see half my hand sometimes. It just wasn't good. So I'm going to redo that today. So that's on my list of things to do today. But if you are interested at all in that free workshop, come join us. It'll be fun. You will get a list of ingredients, because we're making protein balls. Yes, a list of supplies that you'll need. People have asked me, what if I don't have scraps? Absolutely, you can buy yarn. You'd be able to make, if you bought 1 skein of cream colored yarn, you'd be able to make multiple cozies. I've had people ask me, do you sell these? No, absolutely not. I do not sell these, but I am going to give a lot this year for Christmas presents. I love these little mugs I bought from Starbucks. I think they were $3.50. You could put a mug in there. You can put a mug of your choice. If you have mugs at home that you've purchased already, you could just literally put it with a gift card. Simply stick your gift card right in your cozy. What a great gift. What a great gift. With cup, without cup. You could do soup in there as well. People love soup this time of year, so would love to have you if you are free, would like to join, or if not, you could certainly, we'll get you the recording. And if you join live, I do have a beautiful ebook with 31 soup recipes, most of which are fairly healthy soup recipes that you could make this fall and holiday season as well. All right, last thing I want to share is a little bit about staying organized with your projects. So this time of year, especially if you are like me and you're wanting to make some gifts, for as long as I can remember, and I bet my kids would tell you this, I used to make hand-stamped cards. And I used to make hand-stamped wrapping paper. I love anything handmade this time of year. Cookies, I would do cookie plates. That's just me, and probably you too, because you're watching this because you're a crafter, you're a knitter. So if you've got a list that you're trying to get through with gifts that you're trying to make, and you have things you're trying to squeeze in for yourself, my best advice to you is just to prioritize what you need to do. So I wanted to get these Christmas stockings done because they're very challenging with all the multiple colors, and I'm going to be leaving, and I really wanted to finish that project. I needed to know if I had enough supplies for them, because for the first one I made, I had leftovers from my prior 4, but then I needed to buy new yarn for the second one, and I wouldn't have known that had I taken this project with me to Taiwan. So that had to be a priority. I had to put everything else on the back burner. So have a list of what you're doing and what your priorities are. My next gift knit is going to be my herding hen sock, so that's going to be a priority for me now. So the other socks will probably take a back burner, except that is a complicated one. So when I'm on the bike in the morning, I bring my little sock bag down. I'll be doing vanilla socks. I have to do vanilla easy things when I'm on the exercise bike, when I'm working out, when I'm talking to people, if I'm in a knitting circle or knitting group. I can't be doing things that require looking at charts and counting. I just can't. Some of you might be able to do that, but I'm not wired that way. My brain goes all over the place. So I'll be working my focus time usually at my desk. I don't even go in the living room in front of the fire with something like that that I really need to focus on and concentrate on. I usually do that right at my desk. That way I can have everything there. If I need something, it's all right there. My vanilla stuff is the stuff that can go from room to room or travel, be in the car with me. But that's my advice. Just prioritize what you need to get done. Make lists. As much as I have a digital calendar that tracks all of my business events and my personal events, I also have a paper planner right back here that I live by. And in the planner, I write down what my most important things are to do. So today's task, yesterday was getting those Christmas stockings done. That was my first priority. Today was getting this podcast done and continuing on the cozies. I want to get the cozy from start to finish video done and edited and ready to go because I only have a few more days till the workshop. So I'm going to be working on that. That's a priority for me. And then my herding hen socks that I'm making for my daughter Katie are a priority for me. And then everything else I can do in the nooks and crannies. And as I check things off my list, it makes me feel better and I'm calmer and I'm more at peace. But I'm also, admittedly, the crazy person that will go back and put something on my calendar just so that I can check it off. For example, I did not have on my calendar to make bread or protein balls yesterday. It was in my mind I needed to do it because I usually make bread on Sundays and I didn't this Sunday. So I knew I was going to make it. And as I started the process yesterday, I went to my planner and I wrote, bake bread, make protein balls, checked it off. It made me feel good. And I just, if you're like me, you like to cross things off your list. So I just encourage you to track what you need to do, make lists, get organized, and really try to stay on top of things so you don't get yourself in a position of being super overwhelmed and stressed out. Because the bottom line is we need to always remember the reason for the season and what we're celebrating. And there is nothing like having precious time with our family and our loved ones and not being totally stressed out. So I don't want that for you. I want you to have a sense of relaxation and calm and really be able to enjoy your family time over the holidays. So make your list, check things off, stay organized, and I will see you next time. Happy knitting.